Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Mary, and today I'm going to be doing a rewind plan with me for April 30th through May 6th. Today is actually May 6th, Sunday, and I'm using this kit from Inkeandthebrain. It is a Star Wars kit, as you can tell from the art, and I'm doing this in honor of May 4th. But I'm just going to get started. I have a couple washies. This one is from Scotch at Target, and it's like a holographic one. And then this is from Simply Gilded, and it's like a light blue with a holographic foil dot. And I just got into Simply Gilded washi, and I got this on, I think, the release on her new website. But I don't know the name, and I'm just not sure what, I feel like it might be Cloud Washi, maybe, but I could be wrong. So, and I also have this clip from Tabby Cat Clips. Yes, Tabby Cat Clips on Etsy, and I actually ordered a lot from her during the Ultimate Planner sale, and everything is just super cute and adorable. So you'll be seeing those a lot on my channel, but I did purchase this one specifically for this week. And right here I have a Uniball Signo. I'm not sure this is the pen I'm going to use. I'm going to do a pen test once I get my base laid down with my full boxes and washi and all that good stuff. So I'm going to stop talking and get started, and I'll tell you why I'm doing a rewind instead of actually a pre-plan, and also why I haven't had a video for like 2 weeks. But basically, what was it? How long has it been? Was it 2 weeks ago? So you didn't see, I filmed some videos and I just went ahead and I deleted them because I just couldn't, I haven't had time to edit them. So you didn't get to see this plan with me. And this is, did you see this one? I'm not sure. I loved this kit. But anyway, this one was from April 23rd through April 29th. And I filmed this one, I feel like it was Monday night when I filmed. Yeah. And then Tuesday morning, 6 a.m., I got a phone call from my dad that he had fallen and he thought he'd broken his arm. And my dad lives in the same city as me. So, we had the kids. So my husband rushed over, drove him to the emergency room. And it turned out that he had broken his arm and dislocated his shoulder. Let me move because I'm like talking and not doing this. I'm going to use the quote box over here. So he'd broken his arm and dislocated his shoulder. So that was over, how long has it been? I'm confused on time. It's been stressful. So that was on Tuesday. So Wednesday night he had surgery and he was in the hospital. And then before they released him, he had a cough. He'd had a cough for a while, but it was just a cough, and his GP was just not worried about it, like prescribed an inhaler, and just if you feel like you're wheezing or something, just use this inhaler. And but then, the doctors in the hospital were like, you're here, let's do a CAT scan of your lungs, let's just check it out. Turns out he had pneumonia. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go let my dog in. She had started to bark. Actually, it's not my dog, it's my dad's dog, because she's the reason that he fell. He was walking her, and she's a lab, and she's a pretty big girl. And she started barking at another dog and acting aggressive, and he went to go pull her away and walk away, and she just tripped him. And he fell. So she's staying with us for now, and I'm just really not sure what we're going to do, because I'm not sure that she can go back with him. I think I'm just going to stagger the boxes across, and there's pretty much 2 of every color. I'm just going to line them up with the dotted line on the bottom. So that was a blue. So I think I want to do this one. So, once they discovered he has pneumonia, they decided to put him on IV antibiotics for a couple days and keep him even longer. So he was in the hospital from Tuesday to Sunday, so almost a full week in the hospital, which if you've ever been in the hospital for an extended time, or you've had a loved one in the hospital for an extended time, it's really hard on them. If you're the caretaker, it could be really hard on you. And I'm the only family that he has in the city. So, I just basically spent my days there going back and forth, helping him, and then going to his house and taking care of things. And it was just, at the end of every day I was exhausted. So basically I just kind of disappeared from social media and everything because I was just solely focused on getting us through the week. What do I want to do? Do I want to do blue? Trying to make sure I don't get two Death Stars next to each other because there's Death Stars in a lot of these. I'm going to do this one. Yeah, so he's home now, and he stayed with us. He was released from the hospital on, what day was it? Sunday. And then he stayed with us at my house. And unfortunately, my house is, all the bedrooms are on the second floor. We only have 3 bedrooms, and, we have 2 children, so the rooms are taken, and he could have stayed in the bedrooms, but I don't know if you've ever injured your shoulder before, but it's really uncomfortable to lie down. So he went between, we have a recliner, so he went between being in the recliner and then propped up on the couch with pillows supporting around his shoulder. And he was comfortable. In the hospital, you get checked every hour, your vitals, or every few hours if you're not that sick, which they weren't, he was not in ICU or anything at any point. He was just in, general care. But, your sleep's interrupted, and hospitals are kind of noisy, and it's not your bed, etc., etc. So, he said it was the best night's sleep he'd had when he was on the couch, which I was happy because I was worried that he wasn't going to be comfortable because, I want my dad to be comfortable. But then, fortunately, my brother was able to fly in and stay with him at his house. It was just really difficult for me because, I've got my oldest in school, and then I take care of my youngest, full time. I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I have, my in-laws, my husband's family were willing to step in, and they stepped in a couple times when he was in the hospital, but, people have jobs and things, so it would have been difficult, me trying to care for him at his house, because he really needed someone there all the time, just in case, he had trouble doing something or getting up or, So I'm looking at this washi, deciding what I want to do, and talking a mile a minute. This may not even make sense. I think I'm just going to do this, and I'm deciding if I want to be lazy and just lay it on top or try to cut this washi down. Let me see if this is, okay. This is not transparent at all, so I think I'm just gonna lay it on top and not cut the sticker. Or maybe I will. I've never done that before. Anyway, so this past week has just been, the past 2 weeks have been stressful, to say the least, and I'm just glad that my dad's on the mend. He's going to start having doctor's appointments. So, my brother is going to have to go back to where he lives, and, he has a job and everything. So he's working as much as he can from here, but he's going to have to get back, and I'm going to just be driving my dad to his physical therapy and everything. So, so he has a plate and 11 screws to put his arm back together, basically, into his shoulder. And so he's going to need a lot of physical therapy to get him back, get his mobility back. My dad is 74, and he actually did this before on his other arm. Like, it was 9 years ago. He tripped outside of a Lowe's on, like, they had one of those like hump curbs. Like, it's not a curb. It's like a little concrete hump, and he just caught his foot on it, and he tripped, and he fell into the wall, and he shattered his his right shoulder, and he broke his left wrist. That was really rough when that happened. But thankfully, one of my brothers, I have 3 brothers, one of them was still living at home at that time, so he really stepped up and took care of him, because I was working full-time back then. And so it was a rough situation. But he went to his physical therapy, and I mean, he can do a lot with that arm. He can't, like, play golf, unfortunately, which, I mean, golf was never really his hobby. But that's, like, the limitation of how, like, he can't get his shoulder back that far. But he can fish and everything, which fishing is his passion. So with this shoulder, the break is worse, but the break is the arm and not the shoulder itself. So we're hoping that he'll get the same range of motion back, you know. Which his doctor, like the surgeon, the osteo surgeon, was hopeful. He's like, you do your therapy, and you know, anything is possible, basically. But I mean, it's last time he was in physical therapy for 6 or 7 months. So we'll see. But basically, things are really hectic, and I didn't do any planning, and I mean, I didn't do a whole heck of a lot. And now we're not back to normal yet, because, like I said, I mean, he's going to be doing doctor's appointments and physical therapy, and right now my brother is here to help, but then it'll be, you know, up to me again when he leaves, which, that's fine. I firmly believe that, you know, our parents do everything for us, and when the time comes, it's our turn to step up. So I'm going to step up, and it'll just be, you know, a lot of driving, but that's okay. I'm also gonna, my dad doesn't want, like, he's that person who's like, oh no, I don't want to be a bother, you know, and I was like, can I cook you some meals while my brother's there? And he's like, no, I don't want you to do that, but when my brother leaves, I'm going to, because I know my dad. He'll eat, I mean, he doesn't eat great anyway, but I just want to make sure he's not, like, eating eggs, like, every night of the week. Or, like, he'll make a giant pot of spaghetti and then eat it for a week, but it's like, that's not very good for you. Okay, that looks really cool. I really like this tape. I'm glad I saw it. I was at Target and I was like, oh, this was okay, so Saturday, my husband took the boys to go see their grandpa, and I was like at his house doing stuff, and then here trying to catch up on some things, you know, just like housework wise. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just really stressed. And my husband's like, just go to Target. Just go walk around. Take a minute. And I was like, okay. And I saw this and I was like, I'm going to buy myself some washi. It'll make me feel better. And it did. Washi has healing properties, if you didn't know. So. I might need to speed some of this up because this is taking a long time. Where do I want to put this? But I like that a lot. I think it looks really pretty. Hopefully it's even. I can't really tell from this perspective I'm at. Hopefully you guys can see everything I'm doing. So that was like 2 weeks ago. So this past week, which I'm planning for now, basically like the first half of the week was kind of just everyone, like my dad getting settled in, my brother getting settled in, me trying to get, well, the first like Tuesday was the first day that I was like, I felt like I didn't have to worry about my dad because my brother had taken over, and we just like stayed home. We went to a couple stores. We had like, because I just hadn't run errands in a week and a half. So we went to a couple stores, and other than that, I was just like, breathing easy for a minute, and then Wednesday I started to try and get back to, going to the park. And my son, my 3-year-old, he did so well. There were a couple days where he had to be at the hospital for hours. And thankfully, the hospital near us is amazing. We have several near us. We're fortunate. But the one that we always go to, and thankfully our insurance covers and my dad does, is just a beautiful hospital. Everyone is always so pleasant, professional, on it. We've had several, like that's where my grandma was, and just it's always been a great, for being in the hospital, it's a great one to be in. So I'm going to let my camera cool down for a minute, and I'm going to just place my headers and my date covers, and then I'll bring you back when I actually start planning. Well, not planning, rewind planning. See you soon. Okay, so while I let my camera cool down, I did the headers. I did the foiled washi from Simply Gilded, the headers, date dots, the today and little things, and I also did the weekend banner, and I just layered it on top of the Scotch hollow washi and then the Simply Gilded like dotted hollow washi, and I like how it turned out. I'm going to do my sidebar. I also did my page flags, and I put this one on top, and I'm not crazy about it, but I don't want to peel it up and make a mess. So over here I'm going to track my son's chores. And what header do I want to use? I think I'm just going to use the weekly trackers. There's two. They're both orange, unfortunately. Fortunately, unfortunately, I didn't put a whole lot of orange in the spread because I didn't want it to be too orange. So it's fine. But I'm going to do, what am I going to do? Okay. This is a palette knife. I got it at Michael's for like a couple bucks. I used this pretty successfully to tear like the headers and the weekend banner, so hopefully it'll work. No, it's not. Hold on. It's okay. Goodness, it's kind of stuck down. Cool. And hopefully, my sidebar always go crooked. They always end up crooked. I just hit the camera with my head. So, I don't know. Do I want to... The sticker paper is nice. It's thicker, so I'm not really having any trouble with things showing through, mostly. So that's nice. It's a really nice glossy. I don't think I said that. I really like, I got a few per kits. One of the first shops I bought from, I think I just hit the tripod. Sorry guys if that was a little wobbly. But so those are chores. And then let's see here. I'm gonna put a trash icon because he takes out the trash when he remembers to. And when I remember to remind him, of course, because I feel like that's like 30% of your job as a parent when your kids get older is just reminding them to do things. Maybe 50%. So what else do I want to track over here? I haven't really settled on the sidebar, like what do I want to do in it. She has 3 weekly trackers, which is nice, like habit trackers. Maybe I'll use all 3. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to, I don't know how much of my regular schedule I'm going to be able to, wait, this is last week. Everyone calm down. I don't need to do any of this. I don't have to do any of that. Hold on. Maybe I'll just put deco in there. Because there wasn't, do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm trying to say when I keep starting to talk and then stopping? I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll save it for the end. Okay, let me just start planning Monday. Rewind planning. I'm just confused. I don't do rewind spread. Like, this is the first one I've ever done. So I'm just like confused with my wording. So let's see. It's a blue icon. Gonna mark that for my dad was here all day, and so I was just a day spent making sure he was comfortable and making sure that we were remembering like medications at the right time, that kind of thing. Let's see. All the icons I want to use are blue, unfortunately, so this will just be a very blue box. We did take a short walk around the neighborhood to get him up and going. This, we ordered Chinese for dinner. Actually, let me move it up because we watched a movie. That's crooked. There is one movie thing here. Hold on. Once my youngest son was in bed, we watched a movie with my oldest son. And this little thing is just really crooked, and I'm just going to pull it up and not use it if I can without damaging the paper. It's a little damaged, but that's okay. Because I know there was a food, where are my icons? There was a dinner one. I also did some cleaning that day, but I'm not going to worry about marking that because It's already done. I don't need to remember it. I pretty much clean every day. So Tuesday, so this is also the night that my brother flew in and he took my dad back to his house. But back to my dad's house. Let's see, on Tuesday, we had to run some errands in the morning. And then let's see. Oh no. Here we go. My little scissors are missing, but I found them. Is it really annoying that I do things off camera, like cut things? Because I just don't think about it. It's probably because I haven't been filming very long. There we go. We ran errands, and then my dad and brother came over for lunch. Maybe I'll mark, oopsie, mark that down here. Is that too much blue? Probably. Let me incorporate a little more orange. They came over for lunch and we just talked about my dad's care and what's going to happen for the next couple weeks when my brother's here and that kind of thing. And then we did finish the movie. My son and I finished the movie we started here because it was The Hobbit, the first in the series, The Unexpected Journey, and they are very long, so we had to split it into 2 nights. We typically do that. Movies seem to be like close to 3 hours now, especially if we want to watch one on a weeknight. We always have to split it because my son, you know, he's got to get up. Well, we both get up early, but he's got school. I can have coffee to stay awake. He cannot. So then on Wednesday, we went to the park. I did this one with my dad and brother to get my dad out, you know, walking in the sunshine. It always helps. It always helps me when I'm sick. And you know, he's recovering from pneumonia. He's doing really well. I mean, like I said, they call it like asymptomatic pneumonia, where you just really don't have any symptoms. He had a cough, but it wasn't even a bad cough. It was really like specific when he had the cough. So that's what I did. Right. Let me try a little thing. Maybe if I put them at the bottom. That is to mark. So my dad, in order to help him, you know, be independent and everything, because that's, I mean, it's obviously important, but I think as you get older, it's more important to you to make sure that you maintain your independence. We got him some shirts, like some button-down shirts, and I was going to sew Velcro onto them so he could open and close his shirts easily with one hand. But apparently Velcro is kind of impossible to do with hand sewing. So I had to go and get my sewing machine. So it was a sewing fail that night. Probably should have used a different color, but that's okay. And I'm not going to move that box. Am I going to? I want to. I really need to find my undo, guys. I looked for it before I filmed today, but I couldn't find it. I know I bought it. That's better. Let me see. And then what else did we do? We went to the park. We kind of had a lazy day. I mean, we went to the park for several hours, but I think I'm just going to do a box that's like lazy day. We didn't do anything. maybe I'll fill in some washi. Okay, so I'm going to fill this in because I'll forget like things. So I'm going to fill this in and I might put some washi here and I'll bring you back. I'm going to let my camera cool down. Okay, so Thursday I ran errands again and I had lunch with my mom's group. So this was kind of me re-entering, like, you know, the public after being like non-existent for a week and a half. So let me do a little checklist for the errands. Here. Okay. And then we had lunch at a really great place that I actually ended up booking my youngest son's birthday party at in a couple weeks, which was nice because I was going back and forth on what to do. I just couldn't decide. He's turning 4 and I just could not commit to doing like a play place or what. So lunch. Oh, and then my husband came back into town because he was traveling this week. Thankfully, the week my dad was injured, like 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, he was home. He just happened to not be traveling because Tuesday morning I would have been by myself with the kids, which would have been really, really stressful. So I succeeded this day on sewing the shirts. So let me do that here. And then let me move this. I don't want to move it. It's not coming up very easily and I don't want to tear anything. Okay. So then Friday, moving on. I wrote everything down because I didn't want to be doing this for 8 hours trying to remember what I did. Friday, again, errands. And then I had a meeting with my preschool homeschool co-op. And it was our summer planning. We're deciding what we're going to do for the summer. And I was going to run a bunch of errands, but I was just, at the end of it, like I was like, I just want to go home. So I did. So I only ended up running one errand that morning. Let me see if I have one before we went. And also, when we were there, my son, the little one, he got filthy. Just like absolutely filthy, playing in the dirt. It was super cute, but he was super dirty. And at first I was like, oh, don't get dirty. And then I was like, you know what? He's 3. Let him get dirty. It's fine. So we had to get a prescription for his big brother that morning. And we were going to have dinner that night with my dad and brother, but that got canceled. I don't think we ended up doing anything that night. Yeah, so Saturday we went over to my dad's to help with some cleanup. Just cleaning out his house. We're trying to convince him to downsize. He lives in the house that I grew up in, which is a 5-bedroom house because I have 4 brothers and a sister. No, I have 3 brothers and a sister. I have 4 siblings. What is wrong with me? Anyway, so he still lives there by himself. It's just too big. So we're working on it. We're trying to get him to downsize. He's very like stuck in his ways in a lot of ways. I don't know. He's great. I love him to death, but you know, he drives me insane. So we cleaned out the house. For dinner, my husband cooked, which was fantastic because he's an amazing cook. And I want to use, no I don't. I want to use this gray one. So he cooked us dinner, and then we watched a movie. Okay, and then today, I really want to use this black box. I don't know why, but I really like it. I like it when kits incorporate black. So this morning I'm trying to film everything so I don't have to film during the week. So we'll see how far I get. Sorry if I'm not in frame that great when I was over here. So this is today. So filming, then my husband. I need to do some laundry. So let me make a little checklist. So today is actually, you know, I'm planning today because everything else has been like a memory planning type thing with me, with what's going on. I don't think I'm going to need all these. So I'm just going to do 4. Okay, I'm going to turn off the camera and fill this in, and I will bring you back, and I'm gonna just place deco around and then do the oh, here it is, reveal, you know, the fun part. Beer. Okay, here is the full spread filled out. I think over here in the sidebar I'm just gonna do a little journaling about what happened with my dad and everything. Because, you know, I do keep my planners, and just, you know, maybe someday I'll be dead and my kids will look back at it and be like, wow, Mom was kind of weird. Anyway, I'm going to do some deco. There's actual deco with the kit, and then she has these fun ones that are like functional deco, which I always like. This coffee cup, super adorable. Hopefully that's in focus. I don't know. It's really cute. So I'm going to put this down for Monday. It's Coffee Monday. Coffee every day, am I right? And then I'm just going to fill in with this cute deco. R2D2 over there. I'm going to put this planner over here because one of the things, I'm filming this Rewind Plan with Me, but I'm also going to be filming, after this I'm going to film this coming week. And then, did I get any a Happy Mail? I did. I don't remember what days it was on. It was on Friday, yeah. I was very excited about my stickers, and I was like, do you want to see my stickers? I said that to my husband, and he was like, sure. Okay, not really. This was kind of a date night down here. I mean, we watched a movie together. It was just, oops, that was my phone, sorry. It was like a low effort date night. This TV. Doing it off camera again, I apologize. Over here for the Hobbit. Let's see, Death Star definitely needs to go somewhere. I have a lot of white space today. Kind of giant, but it's the Death Star, it should be, right? A lot of white space, but I need, I don't know, I like the way it's looking. I'm just going to put deco everywhere. It's like a little stack of books, stack of planners. I like that a lot. An X-Wing, I think. Pretty cool. I don't know, we'll see. I'm thinking about starting like to-do lists, putting to-do lists in something else because I don't carry this with me. So it'd be kind of nice to have my to-do list with me. Oh, I forgot to fill this in. I don't remember what it was. Hold on. That was on Thursday. Oh, sewing success. Oh, good Lord. Me writing standing up is apparently really difficult. So on the stickers, I used a Papermate Flare, and on the paper, I used the Uniball Signo. Oh, Unibossing, no. Oh, and then a paper mate flare. This came with it from a set. It's a little different than the ones you buy like separately, but I have a set of like 8 colors. So let me put BB-8 down here. Then I have this thingy, which I don't know what this is. It's the bad guys. In my opinion, my son might argue with you. He always plays the bad guys in video games, and I'm like, oh, should I be worried? Should I be worried that you're always bad guys? You know, it's really sad we did not watch a Star Wars movie on the you know, the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you. We didn't watch one. Laundry one. I obviously did not paint my nails, so I don't need that one. Did this little card because the summer planning was kind of, it wasn't far, but it was a distance. Have to drive a little ways for it. Oh, this little knife and fork is really cute. I think this is the most deco I've ever used, and I'm kind of loving it. And then these glasses. I didn't do any reading this week, but I really want to. Oh, I'll hold on to them, I guess. These little hearts. I love it. Check it out. Really like it. I really like the shine that I mean, I didn't add. I mean, I used 2 foil washi tapes, and I feel like it added a lot of shine. I do have hollow graphic foil stickers that I've purchased, but I'm just, you know, I don't want to get them out, to be honest. I super love this though. Super love this spread. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!